Well, George Zimmerman's defense team is up tomorrow. They say he killed Trayvon Martin in self-defense. His attorneys began presenting their case on Friday, and they're going to call more witnesses tomorrow. So HLN's social commentator Jason Johnson is here with me this morning. Jason, good morning to you. So, on Friday, we heard Mom. That was a very important testimony. We heard her testify about that 911 call. Let's first take a listen to it.
And is it a male or female?
It sounds like a male.
And you don't know why?
I don't know why. I think they're yelling help, but I don't know. Just send someone quick, please.
Okay. Does he look hurt to you?
I can't see him. I don't want to go out there. I don't know what's going on. So.
Ma'am, that screaming or yelling, do you recognize that?
Yes.
And who do you recognize that to be, ma'am?
Trayvon Benjamin Martin.
Do you know whose voice that was screaming in the background?
Yes, sir.
And whose voice was that?
My son, George.
And are you certain of that?
Because he's my son.
There you have it. So if you're using sports lingo, it's a tie. Who's it go to in a situation like that when you got both mothers there on the stand saying it's my son?
It's not a tie because you can't really score this like a game. The reality is dueling moms is pointless. They're both going to say they hear their son. It doesn't really matter. The only person who said anything that I consider to be important when it comes to this trial is 24 hours after it happened, you've got an interview where George Zimmerman says, that doesn't even sound like me. That's the only person that matters. In his own words. Exactly, in his own words. Everybody else is just speculating.
A lot of people saying the prosecutors had a chance here. They could have ended on Trayvon Martin's mother and left that image with the jurors saying, that's my baby's voice. That is my boy. Instead, they prod up the medical examiner. It turned into a bit of a circus. What do you think the strategy was there?
I think a lot of times the state hasn't had the best strategy for organizing people and picking who comes first and second. But they didn't have a choice. The medical examiner was late because they couldn't get into the evidence locker. But I actually think the mother, her value wasn't in talking about Trayvon Martin's voice. It was a character reference. Trayvon's mother and brother showed this kid comes from college-educated people. He's nice. He's responsible. They were character witnesses without actually being character witnesses.
As we are seeing how the country has really become enthralled with this case, this is similar. We're seeing people fascinated with murder trials. Zimmerman's Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony. It really reminds many people of the O.J. Simpson trial and how that really kicked off people's fascinations with these types of cases, 18 years ago.
Yeah, it was 18 years ago on Monday, July 7th, when O.J.'s dream team took the stand to argue on his behalf, and O.J. got off, and the entire country became obsessed with seeing these kinds of trials. I don't think this is that, though. What's significant about this case is the political ramifications. You've got people on the right who think, oh, if Zimmerman's found innocent, then this proves that, gun culture is okay. You've got people on the left saying, if Zimmerman goes to jail, this is a blow against racism. So I think people are invested. They think that the result of this trial validates their political beliefs. The reality is it doesn't.
Interesting. Jason Johnson, as always, bringing some insightful stuff to the table. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Testimony in the George Zimmerman trial resumes tomorrow. Our HLN trial